Hey guys, hello. Gosh, off to a great start. That's just hilarious. So, more energy. This is one of these key factors, and I know a few people that I've been chatting with have just felt exhausted, drained, tired, getting headaches, feeling a lot of muscle tension, perhaps really tight in their body. And of course, our physical energy impacts every other single area of life. It impacts how we show up in relationships. It impacts our own emotional resilience, or how tolerant and patient and kind and giving that we can be in life, as well as impacting obviously our ability to be able to provide for ourselves financially. So this might be whether that's your job, your career, your business, how much life energy that you actually have to put into the things that bring you joy, that light your heart up. Hey Christy, great to have you on. Hey Sandra. Super important topic, and I know quite a few people obviously starting off with the New Year's resolutions that really want to dive in and take great care of their health this year. And I absolutely agree. I think health is actually my second value, directly behind love, and it is one of the most important factors that we can really, I guess, dial in on and improve in order to improve our own authentic happiness, to improve our own quality of life, to be a great role model to our kids, and particularly in today's society where there's just so much stuff about health and diet, nutrition, and what we should or shouldn't be eating. It can be so super confusing as well. Hey Anne, lovely to have you on, and say hi if you've jumped on here as well. I haven't got everybody on here by the looks, so really important to dive in around your health. Now, a few key points. I'm going to give you some tips and then also share with you something that could really resonate for you in order to take your health to the next level, simply because quite often, like I said, we can get a little bit lost and confused with all of the information out there. Some people are saying eat a low-fat diet, some people are saying eat heaps of fat, like with a keto diet, paleo diet, whole foods diet. You know, there's just so many different factors that can kind of go in that really are confusing. And at the end of the day, if you're not waking up, jumping out of bed with energy and with excitement and passion and joy, then you know that we can kind of move the needle on our physical health and well-being to improve that a little bit more as well. Hey Deanna, lovely to have you on. Hey Tracy, lovely to have you on here as well. So number one, breathing. I'm going to give you a couple of quick tips of things that you can do immediately to move the needle, and share, like I said, what the next step could be for you. So breathing. If you are not breathing deeply, this means several different things. It means that you are in your fight-flight system. You're breathing shallow, and you are not oxygenating your body very well. This will automatically make you feel fatigued, make you feel tired. It adds a lot of oxidative stress because you're not fully oxygenating your body. It's one of the reasons why exercise can be very valuable for us, just because it actually gets us breathing deeper. Now, when you breathe deeply, most of the oxygen exchange takes place in the lower 2/3 of the lungs. So if you're only breathing shallow, then all of that beautiful now I'm just trying to think whether it's aioli or alveoli. I'm getting confused with the garlic sauce. That's hilarious. But all of those beautiful little globules in your lungs that do the oxygen exchange, that's where so much of it takes place, is in the lower 2/3. So if you're in a state of stress, chances are you are not breathing properly each day. So that's number one. Number two, get water into you. If you are not hydrating your system properly, that is definitely going to impact on your energy as well. Number three, stay away from foods that actually drain you or have you feel lethargic and tired. Now, quite often we end up setting ourselves in this kind of like a bit of a cycle around needing the energy hit and then collapsing, and then needing the energy hit and then collapsing. And when I say collapsing, you know, you might feel drained, you might feel tired, you might have sugar cravings, brain fog, you might be able to think clearly, you mightn't feel motivated or inspired. You guys know know what I talk about with motivation. That is when your energy is starting to deplete. That's when you actually start to reach for like a lot of those foods, the sugary foods or the caffeine or the things that really don't serve us in our diet or our well-being, or alkalize the body, simply because we're looking for that quick hit of energy. I know for myself personally, if I get to the end of the day and I'm really tired and really depleted, I will crave high sugar, high fat. The body does those things. Now for me, that's a red flag of, hey girl, get yourself to bed. I don't necessarily follow through on those impulses or those cravings, because I've understood now what those red flags are for me and what that actually means for me as well. Hey Judy, lovely to have you on here as well too, Don. So definitely really, really important in terms of just taking great care. All of the things I'm saying are all common sense, but the biggest thing is it common practice for yourself as well? I love that Brendon Burchard, he often says this, it's common sense, but are you actually doing it, and are you doing it every single day? We really want to look at alkalizing the body and starting to get the body back in order. When we are drinking too much coffee, when we're drinking alcohol, when we're having too much animal product, when we're eating too much processed foods, gluten, sugar, and dairy are your 3 highest causes of inflammation in the body, scientifically proven. So that's really the key things that you want to be doing to bring inflammation or to reduce inflammation. Now, what I'll be really speaking about in my upcoming workshop on the 30th of this month, so next Thursday, and that's going to be at the Townhouse at the Oak Room. I'm really, really passionate about helping you get really clear on what is the right food for you. So we're going to be exploring things like muscle testing. We're going to be playing with all sorts of foods. So I'm going to have some like sugar and chocolate there, and you are actually going to learn how to muscle test not only whether that food enhances your power and gives your body energy, or whether it detracts from it, but also what is the vibrational energy of that food. If you eat dead food, you are going to feel dead. If you eat a live food, live with the life force energy, like plucked straight off a tree, that's a very, very different energy that you're now bringing into your body, not to mention all of the vitamins and the nutrients and phytonutrients and antioxidants and everything else that you're putting into your body, but you're actually enhancing your life force energy. When you eat something out of a box that has been processed, that's been, generally there is very, very, very little energy in that, and that of course is going to impact your life energy and how much energy that you've got, physical energy that you've got during the day. Now I'm also going to be teaching you how to scan your body, and this is really, really, really important, because quite often when you're scanning your body, or when you're aware of your metaphysical reasons why you've perhaps got something going on, maybe you had a shoulder reconstruction and that shoulder is just not repairing itself 6 months later, it is because there is still an emotional issue going on with taking on too much responsibility, or you're not releasing that in some way, shape or form. There could be trauma attached to that incident, and so by understanding the metaphysical reasons, so with back, generally it's because we're not supporting ourselves, or we're not allowing ourselves to be supported by others, or there's an issue around support. With the hips, it's all about being able to move forward in a stable, solid way. If you've got issues going on with your feet, that's all about being able to walk forward in your life with ease. If you've got issues with your hands or your arms, generally, are you clasping on, or you're grasping onto life? Are you gripping? Are you white knuckling it? Are you trying to hold on too tightly, or maybe not allowing yourself to hold yourself with love? So there's so many different ways of really understanding metaphysical messages that are presented to us through the emotional patterns in the body and through the physical disease symptoms that actually show up in the body as well. So we're going to be having loads of fun. Hey Jackie, great to have you on here. Hey Laurie, great to have you on here as well. We're going to be having loads of fun next Thursday, the 30th at the Oak Room. I'll put the event below. So if that really resonates with you, to really understand at deeper levels, we're going to be looking at setting yourself up to have really clear goals for 2020. That's definitely really important, and looking at different markers, like who wants to just like determine their health by a number on the scale. You know, that obviously fluctuates a lot monthly, particularly for women, but also, you know, is that really a determination of your overall health and well-being? I'll be talking about how sometimes in the lab tests, how it is a median range of, you know, for if you're outside of that median range, you know, it indicates illness, whereas inside that median range, according to Western medicine, it might be, no, you're totally fine, and you still don't feel okay. Now, I'm not against Western medicine. I think Western medicine is amazing for acute conditions, and certainly if I cut my leg, I'm definitely going to go and get my leg stitched up. But there's so much more by taking and empowering yourself as the CEO of your own health and well-being. When you take charge, you empower yourself in many other aspects that contribute to your health, your well-being, your energy, your vitality, your hormones, your emotional balance in life, your gut health. All of that all interlinks and interplays, and I'm going to be sharing so much about that on Thursday night as well, because it's so important to really understand the correlation of your physical, emotional, mental energy, and when you feel disconnected within yourself, how vague you can feel. You know, there's so many different factors here, understanding so many different ways that you can measure your health. You know, if your heart rate as a resting rate is above 80, that's a huge significant shift towards potential heart risk, cardiovascular disease, you know, so many different things. So I'm going to be sharing some scientific things, some slightly woo-woo or kind of out there different things, but you're really going to get a sense of it because we'll be doing it all together and really experimenting, and you'll get to play with this and really understand what foods are going to work for you, what foods perhaps that you're intolerant to. I'll bring down some different supplements as well that you can kind of just play with and test and see what's really serving your body. Yeah, we're just going to have a lot of fun. So if you feel inspired to take great care of your health, and perhaps you want to learn a little bit more about health and vitality and how all of these different factors go together for your family, and to be able to help your family with that, generally for most women, certainly for men as well, but generally for most women, you know, they're the ones that are really empowering themselves around wanting to be a great role model for their kids, particularly in the area of health. So if that is you, check out the link below, which I'll pop in shortly, and I would love to see you there on next Thursday, the 30th at 6:30 p.m. Have an amazing day, guys. Bye for now.